Can you take semaglutide and retatrutide together? In this video, we'll talk about why you may be doing something really foolish when it comes to your health, and I say that with all due respect if you're stacking these peptides together. I've seen a lot of comments and people trying to get really fancy with the GLP-1s where they'll do semaglutide one day out of the week and then they'll do retatrutide in between there and then semaglutide again, and it's just crazy. So you don't need to do that. You need to choose one or the other. And some of us have a hard time choosing, and so we just make the choice of doing it all. But I can tell you by the end of this video, you'll have clarity on which one of these peptides is going to be best for you and where you are at in your health journey. I'm Regan Archibald, founder of Ageless Future, and my goal is to get your health as optimized as possible in the shortest amount of time possible. I've got a great, phenomenal team at Ageless Future. We love doing events. We host longevity retreats. If you'd ever like to come to one of our retreats and have an experience of our peptide party, come join us. Just go to agelessfuture.com. We can help you get yourself out here. And we do them all over the country. So let's jump in. So retatrutide, semaglutide. Why wouldn't you want to stack these? Well, they both are what are called GLP-1s. Now, semaglutide is a GLP-1 that's 5 to 10 times stronger than the GLP-1 in retatrutide. It's a smaller amount of the GLP-1. But anytime you're working on this pathway, it causes a slowing of gastric emptying. So you're not going to move food through your body as quickly. The danger of that is if you slow it down too much, you can turn off the nerves and you can actually cause what's called gastroparesis. Your stomach freezes up. And if you think of the worst bloating, distension, gas you've ever had in your life where your stomach just feels like it's going to explode, that's gastroparesis. And so that's where if you're on semaglutide or semaglutide, however you want to say it, then you put in retatrutide and you just amplify the effects, and it's more than what your body can tolerate from a digestive perspective, you'll regret it. And so here's why you don't want to stack these together. First of all, think of semaglutide using that alone as an adjunct for your cravings. If you are trying to get rid of alcohol, if you have smoking cessation is something that you're looking to accomplish, if you want to stop eating all the sweets, binge eating, whatever it may be, then semaglutide does seem to have more profound effects. But even before going there, I would start with tirzepatide because it's a stronger GLP-1 than retatrutide is. And I've got a whole video on can you stack tirzepatide with semaglutide or with retatrutide. So you can go watch that video. But with retatrutide, here's some of the benefits. And here's why most of you, because I know most people watching this, you guys are already very healthy. You've been working on your health. Many of you are rock star athletes. So when you go through this, let's talk about why you'd want to use retatrutide over semaglutide. First of all, retatrutide, it is a GLP-1, so there is some appetite suppression, but it's gradual. It's not quite as pronounced as semaglutide. But retatrutide has better glucose control, so if you have any like dysglycemia or issues with blood sugar, it helps stabilize that. It's got GIP in there, which enhances insulin secretion, so you have more insulin sensitivity and regulates fat. That means you don't get the lipogenesis or the formation of new fat cells. And then the third thing it's got, and it's called the triple agonist for good reason, it's got glucagon in it. And what that does is it boosts energy expenditure, which is what we want. Your body just utilizes its metabolic system, and it promotes fat oxidation. Semaglutide, all you're getting is you're getting the appetite suppression and glucose regulation. You're not getting the other pieces of it. So if you think retatrutide, much better for rapid fat loss, improving metabolism, reversing metabolic conditions, and holding on to muscle. If you look at it for weight loss, if you're like, well, do I use semaglutide or retatrutide for weight loss? Retatrutide, in the study published in New England Journal of Medicine, what they found is that people who used the highest dose, that was 12 milligrams once a week, they lost 24% of their total body weight in 48 weeks. Whereas if you look at semaglutide, they lost 15% in 68 weeks. Lower overall body weight in a longer period of time. From just a metabolic improvement, retatrutide also had a dramatic improvement when it comes to blood sugar utilization or hemoglobin A1C. They also found that the metabolic improvements were substantially better in retatrutide, specifically when it comes to visceral fat and fatty liver disease. Far outperformed semaglutide. So semaglutide it's not as clean of a way to lose weight and to improve your metabolic function. And especially in that same study that I referenced, where patients who were on the higher dose of retatrutide, they lost 24% of their body weight. They also lost 82% of the fat in their liver, which is phenomenal. So retatrutide does seem to work more rapidly, not with your appetite control. That kicks in a little later, but it also has more significant health milestones a year later, and even when people cycle off of it. The other advantage, I mentioned liver health. You don't see that with semaglutide. Visceral fat reduction, this can be very dangerous. You don't see that with semaglutide. Energy expenditure, because of the glucagon receptor activity in retatrutide, you're going to increase your basal metabolic burn. That's going to prevent this metabolic adaptation where your body plateaus. And this plateau is very common in GLP-1s, not necessarily seen in retatrutide. If you think about this in general, just the benefits from a cognitive perspective, people report that retatrutide is more robust, it has more predictable improvements in weight. I've noticed more cardiovascular health in myself and our clients who were looking at VO2 metrics. We also find that retatrutide, because it's a triple agonist, it does seem to have more of an impact on inflammation. So you have lowering of like IL-6 and C-reactive protein. We've even seen homocysteine, that marker, come down. So, I think retatrutide, if you want to link something with health span and lifespan, there's probably no better peptide that I know of that can do this. So when you're thinking of combining these two, first of all, you have to choose. Hopefully we made that really clear. Do you want to be on semaglutide? Do you want to be on retatrutide? If you do them together, it could be devastating, the side effects and the consequences. But if you really want to optimize your performance, and if you want to have better muscle gain, if you want to have more kidney protective properties, maybe your blood pressure is high, it can help stabilize blood pressure. If you want better insulin sensitivity, so you're getting sugar into the cell. If you want to have a healthier liver, which we all want a healthier liver. The liver is one of the busiest organs in the body. You're going to want to be on retatrutide. So this is something for those of you who want to go deeper. The first place we would start is, let's look at the data. Let's look at your labs. And if you have recent blood labs, if they're comprehensive enough, we're happy to look at those. You could schedule an appointment with one of our medical providers at Ageless Future, and then we can let you know what peptide we think will be best for you. And we'll also let you know maybe semaglutide is important in the beginning so that you can curb the appetite. But maybe after the first cycle of that, we want to get you onto retatrutide as quickly as possible. But all you need to do to go deeper is go to agelessfuture.com. And I want to take a minute here just to thank you for being part of the channel. I really love and appreciate everybody's comments, all the ways that you've helped the channel grow. So if you can, find someone to share this with. One thing you can do is go to agelessfuture.com, download a copy of my Peptide Blueprint book, and that's my free gift to you as part of being part of this great community. I'll see you on the next video.